Hey guys, my name is Mary. I'm a certified child life specialist at Prisma Health Children's Hospital Midlands. I've been here for almost 3 years and have been the committee chair for Dance Marathon for about 2. I'm so excited to talk a little bit about child life today and the things that we do here at the hospital. Thanks to Dance Marathon, our child life department here at the hospital is fully philanthropy foundation funded. So everything you guys do for Dance Marathon comes back to us and helps us make miracles here for our kids. All right, guys, so I'm going to go over a few different things about child life and what we do here at the hospital. So first, probably one of the most important things that we do and that we do the most often is preparing kids for procedures. So that means we are going into the room before the doctor or the nurse and we're explaining things to them in a way that kids can understand. We have a lot of different tools that we use, everything from, play stethoscopes and blood pressure cuffs, things like that, just kind of talking them through things as simple as vitals, all the way up through IVs, surgery, going to MRI, all the things that kids experience here. We want them to have the knowledge so that they cope better and just have a better experience. This is probably my favorite teaching tool. This is my doll that just has so many different teaching ports and things that we can go over so I can educate parents and kids about our G buttons that kids get when we have some feeding issues. We've got a port up here so our kids that have to get NG tubes, we can show them just how it works, how we get a little straw in our nose to deliver some medicine straight down to our bellies. Some of our more serious incidents, that have respiratory issues, this doll has a trach. Up here on her arm, I can show how you put in a PICC line. So many options of how to teach kids and really give them a visual of what's going to happen and the steps that it takes to get it. And we develop good coping plans as far as, are we going to sit with mom or dad in our bed? Are we going to take deep breaths? Do we want to play a game on the iPad or watch a movie on the iPad? We also have some really cool distraction toys and books. My personal favorite, I love a good look and find. It's just a great way to engage the kids. Crazy squish balls, and then my ultimate favorite, a good light spinner. But all these different things we use to help distract kids from those painful procedures, because there is scientific research that says when our mind is focused on something else, we feel less pain. And so that's my job here, is to help kids understand what's happening and then to keep them distracted from what's happening so that all in all they have a more positive experience and are less afraid of the hospital and the things that we do here to help them feel better. So another really important piece of my job is to help kids feel like kids while they're at the hospital. We call that normalization and play. So when a child comes to the hospital, we meet them in their room, we provide them a friendly face, a welcome, and then we love to give some fun toys. Kids love toys. This is how they have fun. This is how they express themselves, how they communicate. And so we want to make sure that our children at the hospital have plenty to do while they're here, so that they have, again, a positive experience. We want them to feel like they're at home, like they're comfortable, to build that trusting relationship. I couldn't tell you the amount of times, I've walked into a kid's room and they look at me and they're scared, and then I'm like, but I have Play-Doh, and they're like, we're gonna be best friends. And that's such a cool opportunity for me to know that I am, a safe person to them and that I'm gonna help them have a really great experience at the hospital. Currently, because of COVID, everything that we provide our families is one use, goes home with them. So that's, a huge piece of where Dance Marathon helps us out, helps us get funding. I know you guys have been doing some toy drives with other organizations, and that just means the world to us, because that means that our kids get the toys that they need to cope while they're here, and then they have something fun to take home. We're just trying to keep everyone safe and everyone healthy, and we definitely couldn't do that without you guys. So a big part of my job too is diagnosis education and helping our patients and families understand what the heck is going on. Oftentimes, doctors, nurses, they speak in medical terms that, our everyday family might not understand. A 4-year-old might not understand. So my job is to go in and to talk to these families and help kind of break it down into simple terms and in ways that they can understand and deal with their new diagnosis. I've got some cool resources that I like to use. I've got this really awesome book that has really cool pictures and just shows different parts of the body, so I can pull out pictures and show kids like, this is what our tummy looks like, or this is what our lungs look like. And we kind of can talk about asthma, or we can talk about, when they get diagnosed with diabetes. We've got really cool books that are kind of like comic books, and they help kids understand Crohn's disease, diabetes, all in more simple terms. And they can take them to school and show their friends, because a lot of times kids are so worried about what their friends are going to think. And these are great resources to be able to take back to school, share with their classmates, and just kind of help everybody understand why things look a little different. We try and make it a priority that we see, all of our new diagnoses kids, and even some of our children who have had this their whole life, but now they're starting to be old enough to kind of really understand what's going on. We just want to make sure that they have the knowledge and the tools so that they can stay compliant with their medications and their treatment plans, but altogether just have a better experience in the hospital and just deal with their diagnosis at home too. All right, so our last big piece of my job as a child life specialist, this one can kind of make people a little sad, but this is our role in bereavement. Unfortunately, we have children who pass away, but our role in that is to help those families make memories and have things to cherish their children long past when they leave us. So we provide families with handprints of their child, locks of hair. We have lots of grief resources for siblings and friends. We kind of talk to parents about how to talk to children about death. It's a sensitive subject, and it's a very broad term for a lot of young kids to understand. And a lot of families and parents are just kind of left wondering what to say and what to do. So that's kind of where we come in to help them through this grief process, to help them have the resources at a time, when they need to be focusing on their family and their loved ones. We're just there to be that additional support and to make sure that they have those long-lasting memories. We really want to give families the opportunity to be with each other and to focus on healing. So, our job is just to provide those resources to help them in their time of need, and just to make sure that on the long road ahead, those children and the parents just, can remember their loved one and really have the best coping possible. All right, guys, so that pretty much covers really the big pillars of child life: our procedure preparation and distraction, normalization, our diagnosis education, and bereavement. Now, is that all we do? No, not at all. We do so much for our children and families at the hospital, from holidays to birthdays to everything in between, fun events, community events. We're here to support our families of the Midlands, just so that everybody has the best experience. And ultimately, at the end of the day, we could not do that without the help of Dance Marathon. We are truly so thankful for you guys' support in everything that we do, from your moral support, wanting to show up, to be a part of the children's experience in the hospital right now. I know you guys can't actually be here, but volunteering to do our closed circuit television, doing these toy drives, doing anything you possibly can to get in the hospital. We just can't tell you how much that means to us and how much that means to our patients. So thank you guys again from the bottom of my heart. USC Dance Marathon, you are awesome, and we are so thankful for you.